Okay.
Okay, we're live.
No, I wasn't ready. My face is not done. Oh, hi. I
Oh,
know, like
heaven
messing with
forbid.
you.
Heaven
Shit.
forbid. This is going to be a
I'll just
fun
I'll
show.
just sit here up close. Mhm.
Yes, we have our things on. Whoops.
Okay, there we go.
We can
I'll
play.
sit. I'll sit in my
This is
corner
gonna be a fun.
quietly.
This is one of our fun shows.
Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fireside Chat with Gina B and Mama D.
It's not fireside chat.
I know, I know.
We
We
don't
need the
have
fox.
fire. There's no
You know,
fire.
the
There's
fire's downstairs.
Show will go live in 5 seconds. Four, three,
3,
two,
2,
one.
1.
Log Talk Radio.
Good evening and welcome to the Fox Den. I am Gina B in the place to be. P. Fox, the paranormal princess herself, Gina Bankston. And with me is my beautiful butterfly babe, the magical, the mystical Mama D. And we are here every Thursday evening from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to bring you a variety of guests to entertain you and to help you in any way we possibly can. Thank you for joining us, and please share our feeds. Good evening, everybody, and
Hey,
like the
everybody.
it said, I'm Gina B. I am Gina B and Mama D. We are our own guest tonight. I'm gonna turn her down a little bit.
Yes.
I
We're going
am.
to interview each other. Oh,
I
be an
am.
idea if I opened up the questions in the chat. Hey, Dave. How you doing, gorgeous?
I'm going to share the video to the Foxden
That's
page if I can figure out how to do that right now. On my page. There we go.
it's okay.
Fox.
I'll share. I'll share it online. No, I wasn't ready.
Good evening.
There you go. I was
I
just
got
scared
it.
of garbage in myself.
I got it. Yeah, and I killed the beginning of the thing because I had I had my volume on. Oh well, so thank God it's just us tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna have fun tonight. We have a whole bunch of things we're gonna
Geez,
be
we already got 7 people in the chat room. What? Well, we
tonight.
only have 7 people watching us.
Right.
Whether they talk or not, that's another story.
That's true. That is
Because
true.
we kind of scary. Okay.
You're scary. You're scary.
I'm not scary.
But this is what we're gonna be
I'm
doing.
not part. I'm not part of the paramafia. I ain't scary.
Well, I think it's scary if you don't do anything to piss off the paramafia. Then there's nothing we're worried about, is there?
Eh, I like I like poking people, making sure they do get pissed off, and make sure that they remember who I am.
And you do it with that voice. That voice. It's that voice. You know, have you always had this sweet voice? Like, did it get you out of trouble when you were a kid?
No, what got me out of trouble was the girls. Okay, that was when I was older, but no, I was never. I was. This is the voice of a woman who's learned to calm down. Hey, everybody in the chat. Doris, hi, gorgeous. Hi, Keith. Ottersberg. Oh, I hope I got that name right.
Ottersberg. Hi, Keith. Yes. Yeah.
I was the person that you see before me now is not who I was. I was a tomboy. I would climb trees. Makeup was sap. Okay, I didn't do makeup. Now it's like, okay, let me have some makeup, please. Get rid of the wrinkles. Um, but the voice is just. I think it's always been there. It's just with time I've realized the power that it has. It can make anybody do anything.
Yeah. I'm the exact opposite. They'll go running and screaming. Hi, Bob. Bob Lund. This guy here. I've done some investigating with him in the past, and we've gone to some really cool.
Okay, but you got Harold Lund in YouTube and
This
Bob Lund in Facebook.
Bob Lund. Yeah, it's the same guy. We got them both. How are you doing both at the same time?
He's got it. He's in YouTube in with the little. That's now he's in Facebook. Bob is in Facebook, and Harold is on YouTube. Harold, I do hope you subscribe to the channel.
Yes, yes. Down below. See that? Fox Den hosted by Gina B.
Yes.
Go there, subscribe, hit the little notification button so you'll get that little bell thing or whatever it is, and you'll get notified. But I want to show you guys what we're going to be doing tonight. So
Oh
she's
yeah.
going to ask me some questions. I'm going to ask her some questions, about our lives and what we do and blah blah blah. Right? But we each have 3 decks of cards. Now, Mama has, all right, she's got 4. Mama's introduced me like to the Oracle cards. I used to do tarot, long time ago, and
It wasn't that long ago.
yeah, it was many years. I have 7 years, and maybe I might pull, past, present, future, quick things for myself, and that's about it.
Thank you, Mom.
But she inspired me to buy 2 new decks, which is what I did. So I
I'm
got
a bad influence on her.
I got my fairy, my Amy Brown fairy cards. And if anybody knows fairies, Amy Brown is like, oh, the
Ooh,
best.
she's singing now.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Oh
She
yeah, I
got
know.
the fairy jingle bell going on.
Viewers, if I keep singing, and then I have the animal cards because me and my animals. So when I first got my animal cards, I picked up the fox and the butterfly, and saw what they were for me and for Mama D. And then I saw the rabbit fell out, and that was like one of my very first animals. So you guys who know me, all right, yes, I'm the parrot fox. Everything is fox, 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 right? But it used to be all rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. When I first designed when I designed the
Okay.
I used to put bunnies in every all of my designs. If I was painting a mural, there would
Ooh.
be a little bunny in it. If I painted clouds on a ceiling, there's a bunny in there. There would be a little bunny statue or a little bunny somewhere was a
Uh-huh.
rabbit in all those things. So I pulled out the 3 cards for the butterfly and the thing. So I put them up here. So this is Mama D, and I thought this was her symbolized really well. And let me put my glasses on. So it's transformation, joy, lightness, rebirth. All right, that's all her. The metamorphosis of a caterpillar to a butterfly embodies the principle of physical.
Ooh, Bob gave me 1 heart and finally gave you 1 heart. Thank you, Bob.
Uh, about damn time. And the butterfly is landing on the flower is just the very essence of joy, beauty, and freedom. Now, if this isn't Mama D to a T, I don't know what is. Okay, honest to God. And then the fox, right? My card here. Okay, this blew me right out of the water. All right, now it's cunning, sexuality, and creativity. All right, it's like a coyote. Right, stop. The fox is strongly associated with magic, supernatural power, and cunning. In the wild, it exists on the edges of the field and forest, and in the mythical realm, it is the principal mediator between the human and spiritual worlds. In Chinese folklore, the fox may assume human shape at the age of 50, and its 100th birthday, it becomes either a wizard or a lovely maiden. Um, so it's like it didn't just goes on a little bit more and tells what it's identified with. However, um, I don't know if you guys remember that I have said in the past that I did. Now,
Mhm.
remember what it said about the foxes on the edge of the
Yep.
forest, on the edges of the grass? A meditation that I did when I saw an etherical being, this being, right, off in the distance. Those foxes were what I saw first. It was like the barrier between me and that, and I've said that story so many times. So when I saw this, I couldn't get my jaw off the floor and I couldn't get a hold of Mama D fast enough to say, look at this.
It's true.
So if that wasn't spot on, I don't know what is. And the rabbit, it was another really awesome power, abundance, heroism, cycle of life, seasons, like really um cool things that related to, like, in my life at that time period when I was really all about the bunnies.
Mhm.
So I thought that was really cool. I was really inspired, highly inspired.
Our animals, our spirit animals, whether they be totem power or whatever, they come and go in our lives, and for different reasons. Like your main one now is the fox,
Yep.
and that's because that's who works with you. For me, it's the butterfly, That's my main one. That's what everybody knows us by. But we also have other ones.
Oh yeah,
Like
I got
for
a cat,
you, the rabbit is
a
still
rabbit,
there,
a
you know.
turkey, a
Yeah.
turkey.
I
Yep.
ain't saying
Oh,
anything
they're
about a
colorful
turkey.
though.
But I have a black panther, a black jaguar.
I do too. I love
And
panther.
I have I had a friend who I had never heard about having a jaguar before, and I had what I knew was the male. And when I met this friend, he had what he knew was the female. And we had never spoken before. We had never met each other. He was over in the UK and I'm here in Canada, far enough away as we can be. And we just kind of sort of finished each other's sentences. And it was really cool. He's now doing his thing in the UK and he's a lot of issues with everything else that's going on. So we don't speak anymore. But I still know that there's that connection, that our jaguars still keep us connected. You have, we have, this is again my beliefs. We have different animals for different parts of our lives. They come and they go. Like, how many times did you see Spider this week?
Mm, five, five now.
Okay, but I told you to look up the meaning of spider. What and it registered with you.
It did. Yes, yes. Dave says he's pretty sure he has a wolf. Yeah. Well, there's
Yes,
many
I have one too.
you can do.
And this is the thing.
Them.
Animals don't have names per se. They can if we chose to get if they choose to tell us their names. And sometimes you just get like if you have a main one. For me, I also know I have a wolf. Dave just reminded me, and I also know his name because one time I just said because somebody says, well, if you want to know the name, ask them, and something will come up. Like everything else, something will come up that you'll hear. And for me, my magic number of things is three. So I heard this one name three different times from three different places, had no correlation whatsoever to each other, and I said, okay, this got to be his name. So that's what I call my wolf, and he's not around that often because this wolf seems to be a solitary little bugger and comes around only when he chooses to.
Well, my foxies are always with me. They just kind of pop in.
There you go. They're drinking. She's got a drunk one in her backyard.
Yeah, falls down the hill. I'll
Hmm.
I'll tell you. But let me. I want to show you guys again. Like, because yes, we have shiny ball syndrome. All right, the cards that we will be using tonight. Okay,
Yes.
so we have. All right, this is my animal spirit deck.
And it is such a beautiful deck.
This is my fairy wisdom oracle deck. These are Mama's three decks, the Crystal Alley cards, Arc, Tarot, and Oracle. And what is
The
that?
Energy Oracle.
Oracle. Okay. And then now you can see those a little bit better. So that is beautiful artwork right there. Really beautiful artwork. I can't wait to I want you to pull one of those for me. The Arc. And this one is pretty amazing. This has a lot of information
Yes,
in
it
there.
does.
You know,
And I've the story behind these decks, and that is
all right.
Debbie
And
A. Anderson's deck. It's
yep.
one of the ones that
And I have this one. So I have the I am sacred, and she has the vibrational energy decks.
yeah.
Hide, oh boys. Okay,
So
so
the point of tonight's show for everybody else who's kind of sort of listening and going, "What the hell are these two chicks talking about?" Is that it's a day. It's Gina has a lot to do, so this was just for us to have a good time, relax, and have fun, and then she can go off and be Nana. But we're drawing cards for those who want one, which will be fun. And but we're also asking each other questions. And if you have questions for us in the chat room, go ahead and ask. But it doesn't have to be about a specific subject. If you just want our opinion on whatever, trust me, we'll
yep.
give it.
And then I'm going to put up a banner here too. All right. So there's the call in number. Okay. So if you want to call into the show, all right, because I know a lot of you watch on your phones, you could even just, hang up the phone, watch on a computer or something. But even if you called in and we could give you, it'd be easier to pull the card and talk to you directly, but you could be in the chat room, and we can throw your comments up there, like
Yeah.
this, and they'll be up there, and we can see them, and we can talk that way. There might be a tiny little bit of a delay, but that's okay. So I'll just leave that call in number up there. But Mama,
Yes.
when when did you do your first reading, or know that you could do that reading, or what was your attraction to this whole field?
A long, long time ago, I had uh, a
Enter the
deck of tarot of Rider Waite's. That was a long time ago. And I don't, it was a gift. I don't remember who gave them to me. And I don't remember what happened to them. But to me, that was the time that I closed down because the situation that I was in, it wasn't spiritual. It wasn't for the cards and the woo woo fun things. So a few years back, I had a conversation with my daughter. She needed to talk to me, and when she was finished, she said, she told me how she connected to spirit, and I said, you know what? She says, Mom, now you can lock me up in a rubber room. I was like, well, if I do that, I'll be right there with you. It was kind of like that came out without even me thinking about it. So I knew that there was something to this in my head. So I went with my sister to a spiritual store, and I had never been there, I'd never met them. And as I walked in, the woman was just watching me walk around, and I was looking at the crystals, and I was like a kid in a candy store, and I hadn't been in one of these stores ever. And she asked me at one point, she says, "Can I give you a reading? Would you mind? Do you mind messages?" And I was like, "No, go ahead." I'm an open book. I knew that there was something follow after my daughter talked to me. I knew that there was something opening. There were doors opening. It was like lights were coming back. And you know how a fluorescent light sometimes takes a while to
Like
light up?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of like how I felt. So this beautiful lady gave me a couple of messages, and one I knew was my dad, because at that time my father had passed, but the way she had said the words she had said and the way she had said it were the way my dad would say it. And my dad was like old fart Englishman, and she was a French Canadian. So there was no way the way that she speaks would make the same. So I was like, okay, this is it. It's got to, you know. So I went to a store and I said, okay, if there's a deck that has to come with me, and I just sort of like, this is a French store, and there was very few English cards, and I was just drawn to where the cards were, and it was an angel deck. So my very first card, angel deck, and so that's where it started or
Wow.
restarted, as I came out of my virtual, out of my spiritual closet, as I
And,
keep
and
saying.
then and then Angel Meadows was born
Angel Meadows was, I think I've always had that
from that.
in my head, you know, and if anybody had seen my live earlier last weekend when I got stood up again, um, I spoke about Angel Meadows, and this is part of who I am.
All right. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to put this up. Animal totems: Bob, Miner, cat, owl, dragonfly, fly, and raven. Yeah, Joni's absolutely. You still have a dragonfly. No doubt in my mind, you still have dragonfly with you.
Yeah.
Um, Bob says he's never found out if he has a totem. Well, there are ways. There are ways, to get your spirit guides, whether they're, human, etherical, or animal, and
Mhm.
a lot of which is through guided meditations, which is really, God, you can get free ones online if you just Google them and try
Yeah.
them and
There's
try
some
them.
nice ones on YouTube, but you don't
Absolutely.
always have to do a meditation. I
Well,
have butterflies, right? And it just sort of, they just sort of fell into place with me,
right. Yes.
you know.
So that's the thing. All right. What
So
animal are you attracted to? What is the thing that seems to always be around?
besides Gina,
Well, he had a thing, those little Facebook quizzy things like a couple of years ago. It was funny because it came up. It was like, what's his Indian name? It was runs with foxes.
hello, hello, there we go.
Yeah. So it was like, well, maybe something to do with the Indian realm,
Hmm.
something to do with him. But it's something that, it's like you're always kind of drawn to. Um, if you go into a store and there's a million things, I can walk into a store
Yep.
and what do I see?
Foxes.
Fox, fox.
Yes.
There's a fox here. There's a fox there. Oh my God, there's a fox, right? It's, what are you drawn to? What is pulling you in? Those are the things.
Yeah, and it has to be what you're drawn to, not what your example. Bug could go in the store with you and say, "Oh my God, look, there's a fox," because that's Gina. Because
Yes.
he has to look at what's him, not what's you.
Bear.
Grumpy old. I mean, sorry. Hey, Bug.
Grumpy bear. Grumpy
He's
bear.
not gonna be sending me any more hearts anymore.
Well, he was a happy bear yesterday, but he's a grumpy.
All men are grumpy bears at times, so we're okay. We
Right.
love that.
Yes, yes. There's been somebody I've seen out there. Oh,
Okay, with this tea.
there's somebody I've seen out there.
There's T's writing.
There's a soul connection. Can you see a time frame when we'll finally meet? Well, what do you think about that? It's been somebody that you've seen. So where is it that you're seeing them? Are you seeing them in a dream? How are you seeing them? Do you want a card and see if that's the question, would you like either me or Mama D to pull a card for you?
How about if we each pull a card?
If there is, right, I think the vibrational energy cards are it.
Okay, that's right. Let's do Debbie A. Anderson.
Yeah, Debbie's cards. Keith, give me a number. Like I'm gonna shuffle the deck. And I want a number. Like give me 5, 2, whatever, and I'll go. That'll be the card that I will pull out. I'll see what happens. I'm not a professional reader. Mama gives readings.
I'm making her do it, but she's good at it. You don't realize it. Because the cards work with your energy. The cards work with the energy that you're focusing on.
All right.
So he said that would be great. Let's have a card. So now, because of the time delay, I'm sure the number is coming.
Yeah. Give me a number that I can go down.
And not 652, please. 4 or 11.
All right. Which one do you want to do?
I'll take 11.
All
Angels.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, because my soul vibration is filled with optimism. Okay, there you go. You are filled with optimism. So that means, okay, you're definitely on the right path. For me, all right, you're definitely on the right path. That means you definitely will be finding her. The time frame might come by the angel cards. But that's fantastic,
And if anybody wants us a better look at the card at the end of the show, just let us know, and we'll pop them into the chat room, or we can pop them into a messenger. Okay, number 11. Okay, now here's the way.
28, if that has any kind of significance to you either, that number.
Okay, the way I do cards, you might get a card that, and this one is, you're kind of going to go, what the heck does that card mean? Okay. All right, here it is, and let's see if I can get this. Okay, and it is the fairy ring. Okay, now what you don't see, or what you might see, is that let's see if I can do this. There is a path of lights following. There you go. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see them. So you're on the path, okay? But if you're worrying about time frame doesn't matter. Okay, because in the fairy realm and in every other realm, there are different time frames, time patterns. So you have to just allow, allow the pattern, the time to just, it's like when you sit there and go, I want it now. I want it, it's like you got that, I want this now. It's just like, no, this now. That's when you're going to sit there and go, it's going to take forever. But when you stop thinking about it, you just let it happen, let it flow, because she's dancing, she's dancing and it's flowing, and you let things flow, the time will fly and that person will come to you.
Well, maybe, all right, because I think I think too. Now the card that I pulled had sunflowers on it, and the sunflowers are more like the fall. So
Yes.
and that was the 28th. And I'm thinking like October, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe
Just look
by
at you.
October 28th, um, that
Yeah. Look forward there. You see, Johnny's was 3 months.
oh, Jonice. Oh, 3 months. Yeah. Is that 3 months? July, June, July, August, September, October. Oh, 3, 4 months. Yeah, give it that time, and let us know what happens, because I think that'd be cool. And yeah, just while you're sleeping, while because your dreams can manifest,
Oh,
and then
yes.
journaling, so if you start journaling your dreams and things, that helps in the manifestation process, because you definitely, the power of the brain is something, because you can have a journal. There are journals of people just on things that they have manifested by thoughts, just by their thoughts
Yeah.
alone. So, I mean, yes, things can happen. You can make things happen. Um, I know I have to have patience. Oh, I know I have to have patience. I know where my fairy ring is. Interesting. I just planted sunflowers. 2 + 8.
Hello. See, things just sort of fall into place, and it's not always what we will give you,
Yeah.
but it's what you will get from the card. That's what I like about my cards. What I like about that away, and I'm trying to get Gina to understand it. It's not just about what we get. It's not just about because a peep. I showed you the card, and you got something that I didn't because the card's not for me. It's for you.
Right.
The card that Gina pulled wasn't for her to completely understand. She interprets what she understands, what she gets from it, but you will get what you get from it more so than what we will. Sometimes, because we're not mediums, we don't talk to the dead,
Right.
even though they probably want to have conversations with me. Hello,
Well, I do talk to the dead, but
you do, but I don't. Or I do. They just don't talk back. They'd be like, "No, I don't want to talk to her. She's like crazy fun."
yeah,
Yes,
they
I am.
talk back to me via paranormal equipment.
Exactly.
That's what I
But
like to do. Jody Del Vecchio's in the house.
hey,
Jody
Jody.
Rose Del Vecchio, I love you. Okay. Jean, can you tell me if my grandfather will be okay
Granddaughter.
on the right path? Okay. Let's see. I think all right, we'll do the same thing. I will
Yeah.
pull a card for you.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go through energy
card.
oracle cards.
So I'm gonna go with the fairy
There
card.
you go. Wait,
So
going right.
tell us the numbers of you know where you want us to go
Go from
down.
3 to 10. From 1 to 10.
Yeah.
There you go. Bob Lund is SB7.
Yeah, that's what talks to the spirits.
Okay. That's what it. Those are
Technical
numbers, not letters. Don't confuse the old woman, please.
talking. Yeah. But hi Christiane. Oh, Jean, give us a number. All right, two numbers. Two numbers. One where I can stop and pull a card, and where Mama can stop and pull a card for you.
Or just say now. And that means we stop shuffling and you get the top card.
All right, we'll put that back up. So Jean, we'll wait for you. All right, I'm gonna give you 9, because that's what's coming to me. So 1,
Look at the look.
what?
Look.
6. Oh my God, 7, 8,
-2.
9. All right, so you got 2, I got 9. Look at that,
Oh,
Michael.
look, Mr. Roby Show. Batman
There
in
we
the
go.
house.
Batman's in the house.
I still
Batman's
didn't get
in the
my.
house.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay. I got Magic Frog. This is like
Ooh.
bringing
Okay,
out
drop your.
your inner child type thing. So if you're going to be like with your grandfather,
Granddaughter.
it was a granddaughter. I thought it was a
Yeah,
grandfather. Hold on. Where is that? Where'd it
it's
go?
granddaughter.
Where did it go? Oh, my granddaughter will be okay. Oh, beautiful. All right. So this is yeah, because this is
Makes a little more
playful
sense.
spirit, a child. It's like be a child. It's okay to be a child and let them have fun and let them giggle and let them laugh and let them play. And this is all about that. That's exactly what this is. Okay. Um, so what I would say is like connect to that, child. I don't know how old she is. Okay, tell me how old she is. But no matter how old she is, whatever her decisions are, she's got to base it on that childlike innocence type thing, that essence of the innocence. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I hope that makes sense. What do
She's
you got?
18.
18.
Okay, so that kind of works.
Yeah. So
Okay,
bring
because
bring it
18,
back to the
yeah,
childhood
because
mentality and the
exactly,
play thing.
because you want at 18, most people, most children, guys and girls, think that they're already an adult. So use the child mentality in a sense that it, in a lot of ways, children know more than us as adults do because they're not hindered by all that BS that's out there that's shoved
Yeah.
into their heads. So allow her to, my daughter and my granddaughter going, okay, so that allows them to sort of think for themselves.
Hmm.
And funny enough, I get patience.
Ha.
Okay, but and the card it's number 16. Um, so not here's
Mine's
the thing
32.
is you have this one's more for you than it is for her. Okay, but it's a joint thing. Is you have to have the patience. Allow her, like Gina said, like Gina said, I'm gonna get this right eventually. Allow Gina, allow her to choose her own way, and don't try not to get her to get too adult in the process of it, because sometimes the adult side is kind of like, but have patience with it. Okay, because we want you as your as grandma, and I'm a new one, so I kind of sort of not there yet. But you as grandma want the best for her. But if everything was done right, which I'm having a very good feeling on this when you even ask the question, that she's gonna get there. She's just gotta get through her bumps and bruises. And that's you guys, you as parents and grandparents have to have the patience to allow her to have her bumps and bruises. But I do feel that she's on the right path. It's just like a little bit like this.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. Awesome. I think that's awesome. Yeah. So definitely, I think she's on the right path, but she's definitely got to have
Not
that
stressing too much.
open-heartedness, that
Yep.
be open to it, like a child is. Not no fear, no, just kind of go for it. Because you know how like kids will just dive headfirst into things. So let her do that. Let her do
Hold
that.
on, hold on. She made a wrong decision. Was in a coma, as in past tense.
Okay.
So that's where the
O-
childness comes in.
Okay. So now is well, it was, so she's out. So
Yeah.
hopefully, um, okay, so she's got to redo, kind of like like karma is like when you have to redo. You know what I mean? Karma, you redo something, relive something. So maybe you kind of like back up and start over again. Maybe that's where the child comes in. You know, she take instead
Okay,
of
she's
going
out of it
this
now.
path and go this path. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think if she's asking about a path, she
Okay.
obviously knows that that path that she went down ended her in a
Yeah.
coma. It was the wrong one. So now she's backed up. Think like the child. Go the other path.
But see here, this okay. Her next comment makes a lot of sense with your card. If you want confirmation to your card, she has to learn to walk and talk all over again. Okay, using the
Back
child
up.
mind,
Back up. Yeah.
being childish. Allow because the child has to learn to walk and talk. So
Hmm.
this is what your granddaughter has to learn to walk and talk. And patience, the card that I drew. Y'all have to have patience, but she has to have patience with herself. But y'all have to have patience with her because you remember who she was. You remember the walking, the
Yeah.
talking, that
Yep.
teenager. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. But
This
she's,
totally makes sense then because if she's,
yeah,
it's like a rebirth. It's like a redo. So
exactly.
bringing that child back in. Yeah. It's
So
like I mean, look
hopefully
at
that helps. I think that the
she,
cars
she is
without a full,
looking at the frog. You know what I
yeah,
mean on the pad. It's like okay,
she's gonna kiss a lot of frogs along the way. We all
yeah.
do, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
it's like a redo, but it's a childlike playfulness
Yep.
about it. So yeah, try to just keep things positive. Whatever you do, just try to keep things positive. If she stumbles, oh
Yep.
well, that's what life is about. Just be there to pick her up, help her on her way, and keep her on that
Hmm.
right path. Because obviously, this was the wrong one. This is what happened. That's the end result was not good. right? So choose the other path, and
But
good luck.
she's going to be okay. This. Trust me. Everything I'm getting before we even drew cards with your question, I kept getting my little thing, and but it's a good sign. Okay, so she's gonna be okay, but just have patience.
Cool, cool.
Okay.
Michael Robichaud wants a card. He wants to know if he's crazy.
No, he is. He is. He is. He's
Oh
our friend.
no,
Hello.
it's fine for me. My
Okay.
crazy. Yeah.
Just to let you know, Michael, I
What?
still haven't got my package yet. Just quickly, I still haven't got my package yet, and that's because Canada Post is like backed up the truck.
He wants number 7, and I'm giving him an animal.
And that's what I'm doing. Okay, the deck that I'm using here is not the full deck. My little shaman friend, it's not a full deck. What it is the animal tarot and oracle card. I'm using the oracle part of it, and I didn't buy the full oracle part of it, but it's like an amazing deck. And you said 7, which is of course would be
Birds. I got birds. Symbolism, soul, divinity, liberation, creativity, and rebirth. Check out this book. Wait a second. This way. There we go. Check that out.
nice.
That is a beauty card right there for you,
That is
Mike.
a shaman.
Right? Isn't it? It's pretty amazing.
At
Um,
least it ain't in Jamaica anymore.
mm,
Okay.
yeah. The winged creatures are powerful symbols in many cultures around the globe, often resembling deities of other supernatural beings. Through flight, birds symbolize liberation and the link of the upper spiritual and lower earthly worlds. So what does he do? He's a shaman. What does he do?
Mm-mm.
He astro projects. He has his
Yep.
guides that are out there and moving around. So, you know, this is you in a nutshell right here.
That is. Even without hearing the words, just you're Rastafari.
The Egyptian gods originate.
Pastafari, Pastafari.
Yeah, we
But
came.
just seeing the picture, that's to me, that's him.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've just met Michael for him. So it's like, okay. The
What?
card that I drew,
He's Batman.
snail.
Ah, so all right, I got the above, and she's got the ground. It says it in this one. You know, it's air in the ground. You know what I mean? So you got flight and ground.
Pacing,
You got flight, which is ground.
steadiness, and coiled energy, which means don't jump all over people on Facebook. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard you got into trouble. I don't know what it was or who it
He
was.
didn't. He didn't do anything wrong. He was just sitting there being a good little boy, and somebody said some misconstrued something or thought, and then her boyfriend got all uppity in his face on the keyboard, and Michael was like, "Dude, you want to talk face to face?" And I've seen some stuff about Michael and his karate and taekwondo, and it's like, yeah, he ain't coming out from behind his keyboard.
Yeah. Rastafari.
So
Rastafari.
that's where the coiled energy comes in.
Right. Right. So yes, you're crazy. No, you are not crazy. You are just
Yes,
doing
yes.
exactly what you were born to do.
We don't have normal people in our friendships.
Right, because on the ground you are the shaman and the strength and the
Mhm.
everything that surrounds you for helping other people and everything. And in the realm, in the spirit realm, you're the birds, Batman. You fly in, you swoop in, you save the day. That is what you do. So I like those cards for you.
Yeah.
I hope that was
I see this is what's fun about this is that I don't know Michael all that well. So the card for me, even though I joke around about it, they're important cards, but I don't know him that well to connect the dots, to follow the breadcrumb, but you do, and you see the breadcrumbs, you see where they go. And
mm,
this is fun when you have people who ask for cards or ask for readings. When a friend is around, you get a confirmation from the friend, not just from the person. Because sometimes when we go in for readings, I'm sitting there going like, not sure. But I always, I'll be like, later I'll tell my sister or my best friend, and they'll be like, this is, and they'll,
that's what
they'll
that
show me the
means.
breadcrumbs. It's like, duh.
That's what that means. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. All right, so we have a lot of things.
Doris, 3 and 9.
Yeah, Doris 3 and 9. All right, but Doris, which deck would you like? Fairies, animals, or vibrational energy?
Okay.
Um, And then let's see. I'm going to read this thing about David.
Hey, Jojo.
And I'm gonna pull the 9 again too because nine's my number.
Yeah, and 3 is mine.
Yeah. But that was cool that I picked the 9 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
told you you were going to do this good.
Good, don't do good. I think you're gonna want vibrational energy, but
Well, for me, it's whatever you're drawn to, and that's the point.
yeah, this is the one that I'm drawn to for you, Doris. So
Okay, now Doris, I remember her. She had a
I want to
question
know
to go
about her
along with this.
granddaughter herself or something, or her daughter. You find it?
I'm looking. There you go. Is my daughter and grandchildren going to be okay? Okay, so I got 3. All right, so I'm going to go first. Blossoming abundance. Okay, so if you look, okay, it's about everything coming. It sounds silly, but everything coming up roses, but not roses, just flowers. Just everything will come to what's needed. To what's needed. Hold on a second. Everything will come to what's needed, but just have patience. Just have the patience. It's not a rat race. Okay, it's not where you have to, as much as we want it, like if this one came out early, we want it now. Just have the patience. It's going to come, but everything that grows takes time. Okay, so blossoming and abundance. So let it grow. Let it blossom. Okay, and the abundance will come. Everything will come when it's necessary, and it's a definite big fat yes. Shoot,
Where
go.
is her question though? This one.
Didn't I put it up?
Daughter and grandchildren going to be okay. Well, Doris, the card that I pulled, number 9, is release. All right. This is the card. If you can
It's
see all
pretty.
the energy, it's kind of like the all the pathways in your body. You get so wrapped up emotionally with their lives and everything that goes on in their lives. And this is telling you that you got to release that a little bit. You got to have a little trust and faith that they're going to be doing the right things for themselves.
It's funny. She asked for an animal card. Didn't get it.
I'll give you an animal card too, but this is the one that I was drawn to, and I think I've actually even said this to you before. Um, you know that you for yourself, you got to think for yourself sometimes, Doris. That's that, and I will pull number 9 out of the 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, what is that? A, a cow. It's a cow, but
Nah.
look how cool is that? What? What are you thinking about a cow? Automatically, you're saying something.
It,
It's
it, it goes with what you just said. It goes with everything we just said. Taking our time. When a cow chooses cut. It's slow. It eats slowly. It digests slowly. Take your time. Don't rush it. Everything will come to them. And like Gina says, you need to let go. And, but that's my thing. There you go. You have to take your time.
Okay, I'm holding anything all wrong. I'm not used to doing
It's just like that.
it. There you go. So release and let the cow do its thing.
Chew your cud, girl.
To your cut.
Okay, we got a quick one in here. I didn't get a chance to read it because I was so busy reading everything else. Okay, Dave Price in the chat room. I remember my pre-birth when everything went sky blue. A voice spoke to me about this and that, what I should and shouldn't do. He cut off my bigger power. I think he was letting me know too much. Do you think that may be why I remember so much? I remember my pre-birth when everything went sky blue. A voice spoke to me about this and that, what I should and shouldn't do. He was cut off by a higher power. Ah.
Yeah. You know what? I've come across this in investigating. Like
Oops, sorry. See
I
that?
get I get sneaky sometimes in investigations, and I'll drop a digital recorder around. You know what I mean? Just like walk in and just whoop, and then keep walking, and I'll record, and I'll hear things. And like I heard spirits talking before about doors and pathways and how they were traveling, and then I brought it up. And what did I get for EVPs? Who told you that? How do you know this? How do you know that? Like they're yelling at me, like and then they
Mhm.
yelling at each other. Who told you that? So there are things. There are definite hidden things that we're not supposed to know until we actually cross over. So maybe maybe you were
Until we live them as
yeah,
well.
maybe you had a guide in training, and then he was telling you too much stuff, and then the bigger guide came down and said, "Hey, shut up." It could have been one of those. It whapped
It
them
was
there.
one of those, who told you that? You ain't supposed to be telling them that now.
Don't be telling them that. So I mean, that's the thing that comes to my mind about that. But I don't know if that resonates with you at all.
It kind of makes sense. Okay, we've got. I'm not sure if JoJo wants a card, but she's said 3 is the lucky number in China. But Donna asked for a card, and her number is 11. And we're
You want to
going
do
to.
two numbers, or do you want us to both do 11, Donna? And what's your question? What do you want to know about Donna? Did she ask a question?
No, as far as I know, she just said draw a card.
Draw a card. Okay. Well, I want to pull an animal card for JoJo, but I'll pull a
And
fairy.
Dora, woohoo, here we go, confirmation levels. And Dora said, yep, you did, and you were both right on. There you go.
Thank you.
And
Yay.
unfortunately, I went blank. Sorry, I have a moment there.
New comment.
Okay.
JoJo wants a fairy card.
Donna wants it on romance.
Can I get an animal and a fairy? Yes, you can, JoJo. Give me two numbers. Give me two numbers for me, and then a number for Mama. So you'll get 3 cards, JoJo. Cards. Pick a card, any card.
We'll do JoJo, and then we'll get to Donna, and Donna is romance number 11, which would fit perfectly for that. So,
Oh, all right.
and this
All
is
right.
Donna.
No, we're gonna do Donna first because yeah, I want to know about that too because I'm gonna do a fairy card for her. 1, 2,
Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I know you like that card by the sound of it.
Yeah. Bad dragon.
No such thing as bad dragon.
Bad dragon. It's like being scolded. It's judgment, So in the romance, don't judge. Don't judge harshly. If you're in a relationship or wanting to get into a relationship, think of the other person, put yourself in their shoes. Don't judge. Don't judge lest thee wants to be judged. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this card is all about is judgment. And that's a big thing in romance, because you have to let each other be. You have to let each other,
Hmm. Okay, so here's mine. And hopefully this means a whole lot to you. Okay. See that gorgeous face?
Darian's in there. She says bad dragons, yikes.
No bad dragons. Bad dragons.
Okay.
Wild and free wind sprite. This is somebody who is like you have a type, we'll say. Like you're looking for blonde hair, blue eyed. Okay, this is what you want. This is the type of guy you've always. Well, this is time for you to step out of that track to go a little further because there's somebody different coming. To me, this is a different face. This is like he's He's hiding his face because there's a difference in him. Okay, it's not your regular type of person that you're attracted to. Okay, what was the number on that card you drew?
Did I do? It was number 3.
Okay. So watch for somebody that's out of the norm. Okay, who's not, like I said, if you always go for a blonde hair, blue eye, look at a redhead, look at a brunette, but there's something, he's different. Oops,
And don't judge him.
He's different, exactly. Don't judge him. Don't
Yeah,
be
judge
like
him. Like first impressions, maybe.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. And it works with yours.
We're a good team.
You can see them. We always work together well. Scare in it. We should do this for a living. Nobody pays for this shit.
Right.
You normally focus on one type. Stop focusing. You normally see this bushy, gentle bend type of dude. You go, oh my god, he's like looking like really strange, and don't do that. Just look at him from another angle. Look at him from a different aspect. Whatever.
Oh, wrong. The other one popped up. Okay, I will do that. Good.
Cool. Let us know.
Yeah, and let us know. Yeah, definitely want to know. But now Jojo. Jojo says, what
3, 6, and 9.
Okay, 3, 6, and 9. All right, 3. I'm doing 3 on the fairy. And again, no, you do.
I'm
3.
6. I'm 6.
You're 6. All right, so
you do 3 and 9.
And 9 on the animal.
And you know what? I'm going to do the crystal ally cards.
Ooh.
Now, this is a deck I don't know that well, so I will use the book, but it has a lot of, I know when I get the book, there's like 2 pages, but I know exactly where I have to go when I find you the card. Okay.
All right, I got your card. It's called Trespassers. It's all about boundaries. Okay, that's the fairy card. All right. This is all about boundaries. All right.
Yeah.
So that is respecting, either someone is not respecting your boundaries, or you need to respect someone else's boundaries. But that's what this is all about right there. So that's what your spirit guides are telling you to do right now. Just know your boundaries, know your limits. Okay, that's that one. Now I got to do 9 on the animal for you. Oh, look at the first card that's on the top here. Too bad you weren't doing number 1. That's a fox. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What the hell? Totem. Guardianship. Oh my goodness. All right, check this out. This is a totem, and it's got. I gotta send you a picture of this after. Jojo, it's
Gotta
really
remember
cool.
these cards. Just hope everybody remembers their card, because you have to remind us what it is.
Right? Yeah. But it is, symbolism is guardianship, although the word totem derives from the Algonquin wand, non-totem meaning my kin. The concept of animal totems is universal in Native American culture and in other cultures around the globe. Animals are guardians or tutelary spirits. So teaching, you're so into the animals as it is, and you love all your animals and the cats and the dogs and everything. So they're teaching you. They're a tutelary. It's a tough word to say. Spirits, and each person and group has an animal totem. Individuals inherit totems at birth, acquire them through marriage, by membership in a clan, or learn of their watchful presence while in trance. All right, so that's just kind of saying, you'll pick up more on your totem, all your animals in your totem, if you meditate more. Native American dancers invoke the power of the totem, imitating the animal in posture, movement, and dress. Totems are also represented elaborately carved totem poles, which function as grave markers or the emblems of a family or clan. Now, okay, the part there, all right, you have a totem as a papillon. And Jojo, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. What did I ask you about that? The outfit that your girlfriend was wearing was a papillon outfit. It was priceless. But how funny is that? That kind of comes up in there, and that's what I think of. So it's imitating the animal in posture and movement and dress. So play more animal things. But I think you need to meditate more, but do respect boundaries. This is the key card. This is the most important card. So know your boundaries.
Okay. Well, I'm telling her I need you to look up labradorite.
Okay.
No, sorry. Lepidolite. Lepidolite. Yeah, there you go. So, As I said, this is a deck. It's very special to me the way I came to get it. Okay, and it's acceptance. Okay, so what I'm getting from the book, and again, there's 2 pages to read, and I just kind of know where to focus. It just works. So again, you need it. It's okay. The this works. Okay, this works with the heart chakra. Okay, and your affirmation is, I accept miracles into my life. You're looking. You ask for things. You ask for signs. You ask for miracles, but you want it your way. Okay. Yeah, it is that stone. Gina's going to tell you all about the stone as soon as she finds it. You want it your way. You got to kind of stop thinking it in one specific way of going. You have to have your mind open to seeing it, the answers, the way you're going to get them in. You're going to know the answer when you see it, but it's not going to be in the way you want.
That's the stone. It's kind of purple. It's
Yeah, exactly. It's
this one.
almost amethyst.
Yeah. Yeah, so it says silicate type of mica contains varying amounts of lithium. Colors are lilac, gray, rose, purple color range, and they can be confused with pink mica when pale in color. Okay, so it has soft, nurturing energies that connect us to our inner being and helps us love ourselves. Meditating daily. Here we go again. All right.
Well,
As meditating daily helps resolve long-standing weight issues, alcohol dependency, smoking, and drugs. Where there are no masks with these act to mask unhappiness. Wearing it encourages independence from all forms of neediness, assists older people not to live in the past. And it's a good crystal if you obsess about trivialities, worry excessively about cleanliness in the home or germs or staying away from home. Hold the lapidite, whatever it is called,
the
lapidite.
Pedialyte.
Yep, sphere or egg regularly if you are anxious about death or childbirth. All right, so this is good. So meditate to know your inner self. Take a leap of faith. There's Jojo, when's your birthday? 'Cause it says the zodiac is Capricorn and Aquarius. And empowerment is, I do not need reassurance from others. So yeah, you definitely need to more self love, more
Trust yourself.
yeah, because you're always with somebody. You're always, like you get dependent upon somebody. You have to be with somebody. You know what I mean? Like you like that, and I get that. I mean, people love to be with people. That's people were put on this planet to be with other people.
Yeah, but again, don't push it. Don't. You have to relax into it.
Boundaries.
This, I think, one of the things, exact boundaries. I think one of the thing that sort of links all of these different readings that we've been doing this evening is she's October 15th. Is it's patience and taking time. As much as we want now, was it instant gratification? I have that disease. Instant gratification. We all have it. Even as much as we say we don't, we do. In one respect or another, in regards to one thing or another, we all have that. So this is, I think, this reading for you is calm down, sit down, relax, meditate. And it doesn't have to be like a 20-minute.
More trust in yourself and know that you can do it and you are enough.
Exactly.
Enough and you are worthy.
Hot diggity damn yes. Jojo says, "Well, I really need it. I weigh in 200 now. Oh yeah, it's rough and with everything. Trust me, I've beat that scale on you. Okay, sitting down here with the COVID-19 and not working and
Yep.
We need to all get together and meditate this because I can't. Right. There you go.
Yeah, stop doing this. We need longer arms to go. Whoop! Push away from the table. That's what we need to do.
I'm at my desk and I have no food near me. I got a glass of water.
Yeah, me too. A lot of water.
Okay, let's take a little quick break on the readings. I know we have Jody would like a card.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're actually at our our
Yeah, we're at the point where we have to do our station identification break. Otherwise,
our sponsor might pull a
our
sponsor.
sponsor might kick our butts. Not worried
All right.
about that.
All right. We'll be right back. The Fox Den is now proudly sponsored by Vortex Ghost Gear, one of the leading fabricators of paranormal equipment. Bob Christopher is the founder and creator of Vortex Ghost Gear. He has decades of investigating, starting with his team at NAPA and as lead in the popular local TV show Ghost Detectives. He has experience of how spirits could be seen or heard. Using this knowledge, he has manufactured equipment for specific scenarios of spirit manifestation and communication. He is the only manufacturer of the popular lifelike trigger prop cats and dogs. Using proximity meters wired to lights and sound, these prove to be highly effective communication devices in the field of study. The HTO, another Vortex exclusive, allowing specific items to be the highlight or trigger of your investigation. For example, place the item on a metal tray or attach directly to any metal object such as keys or glasses that continue to go missing or moved. Ask the spirit to touch the item. The HTO will light. It has a sound option as well. This device was used in Travel Channel's Ghost Nation with great results. The Dome, a static detector, can be the most useful device in your gear bag. This is to back up the theory that the spirits manifest using static electricity. Using several, you can track a spirit, for example, walking down a hallway, setting off each as it passes. The geophone detects vibrations. This is another way to track movement. If a claim is footsteps in the hallway or stairwell, set the sensitivity and place the device in that area. Its band of lights will show a range of vibrations from the slightest tapping, lighting only a few lights, to the loudest thumping, lighting the entire range. The Easy Scan ghost boxes are very popular due to the ease of use. They are custom decorated to the individual or team using them. Bob programs and uses an Arduino-based computer scanning FM waves to potentially communicate with the spirit realm in real time. Every box is unique and all custom hand decorated by Gina Bankston. The V-Pod has a special place for those who love the idea of REM pods. Use this sleeker, smaller, easier to transport device. It is a must-have in your gear bag. Take your investigating to the next level with many of Vortex Ghost Gear's unique and custom creations by Bob Christopher. Visit www.vortexghostgear.com to view all the products and get your equipment today. You can also investigate with Bob and Gina with ghostly excursions, taking people to some of the most haunted locations in the USA. Visit www.ghostlyexcursions.com and join us on our next adventure. And we're back.
Ooh. Okay, I just want to point out. I want to point something out. Okay, we went to the commercial break. Okay, and who pops up in the chat room? Bob. And it's like he comes in, drops a couple of hearts, and then waits for commercial time as if he's sitting there like, okay, you playing my chat?
Where's my commercial? Yep.
Where's my chat? Where's my chat?
Aw. Oh, okay.
Well, next one we're going to go to Dave Price. He's always around, and I love him dearly. And first off, he's had problems of infidelity in his marriage, and he would like to know if it's going to happen again. Pick cards 4 and 9. You'll go 9, I'll go 4. But first, you're going to get a little bit of Mama D advice. Okay, Mama D input. Okay, it's happened, and you guys have worked through it. So you need to stop
Doubting,
stop thinking, stop freaking out about it. You have first off, do you trust yourself? Okay, and if that answer is yes, then do you trust your partner? Do you trust your wife? And if that answer is yes, then stop doubting the connection. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is going to work for. Yes, okay, for this reading, but I'm sure that you're going to understand what the heck is going on. Okay,
Dormouse.
don't miss it.
I get the dormouse.
Two words.
This was the nine.
Sorry.
This was the nine card. It's actually card number 28, the dormouse. This is all about home. Home. All right.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right. Home life. Okay. If any of this, like, just looking at this card can resonate with you at all, it's pretty impressive card. I just want to see the details in here. Like, what is that on the door? All right. So you get your fairy up top. So your little there's a girl sitting at the all right, there's a girl sitting at the door. Like, so I didn't really even look at this card before, and it's like I wouldn't have really looked at this card. Family
Tell you
memory.
what.
Um, this is like, the place where you're supposed to feel safe and this place where you're gonna feel happy. Maybe you need to do a home project together. Maybe you gotta just kind of rekindle everything and repurpose. You know what I mean? Um, do a little redecorating, that kind of stuff, or just a house project. Just be together in the home, and it's a home. It's not it's not house. It's a home. There's a difference between a house and home. Home is where your heart is. So trust, trust. If you love, you trust. That is the hardest thing in the world to get over, right there.
It is. And here's the good one. Or funny thing, not funny thing about it. Here's your card.
Huh.
Broken heart. Okay.
Is it
But
number 9?
no, it's number 9.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay. And that yours was the card. Mine was number 4. But here's the thing with a broken heart, and it's a little bit of Mama D and a little bit of what goes with this is that hearts can crack. They can crack, but they will heal. It takes its time for the healing to happen, but it depends on what you heal it with. If you're healing it with doubt, it's not going to be solid. But if you're healing it with gold and positivity and knowing that you've had these conversations, because this is a conversation that you actually need to have. If you haven't had it before, then you need to sit down and have it now. If you haven't, have a conversation about your strengths, your weaknesses. Listen to each other. Don't just sit there and talk. Listen, hear what they're saying, and your wife needs to hear what you're saying. It's not just blah 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 blah. You don't want to be Charlie Brown's teacher. Okay, you need to listen, and you need to exactly, and you need to heal the heart, as the Chinese do with certain of their pottery. Heal it with gold, and gold is a very healing power.
Well, that is, I mean, but it is a huge phobia. It is a debilitating phobia, one that most of us have. Fear of the unknown. You gotta trust. Trust is definitely tough. It really is. Especially if you've been hurt before. If you just gotta, if you want it to work, maybe, and if it's really being an issue, maybe you should try counseling.
Exactly.
And that could help. So, and I mean,
But counseling is based on listening and hearing each other. Because
yeah,
you can still go to counseling and not hear what the person's saying, but
right.
you have to sort of repeat what they said in your head.
I'm gonna pull one of these. I'm gonna pull one of these, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do card 8. One, 8. Okay, this is the I am sacred. Yeah. All right, full of vibration, serenity, and peace. Okay.
Nope. There you go.
Vibrational, serenity, and peace. So this is where you got to be. That's where you got to be. The card number is number 43. You need serenity. You need peace in your life, right? So God, grant me the serenity, accept things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, the wisdom to know the difference. You must know the difference, right? That's the most important thing. You can't change what she's gonna do, but you can change what you're gonna do. You know?
Yeah, and it says it's 30 years of marriage and it happened earlier this year. Again, Dave, sit down and have a conversation with her. If this is still on your mind, that means you're not 100% over it. That
No.
means you need to sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah, it is. I lived it. You know, I mean, it is the hardest thing. I forgave my late husband. I forgave him. He cheated on me, and I forgave him. And but how deep is your love? Because I really loved him. There was another guy that I was with who cheated on me, and I kicked him to the curb immediately. I almost fried his ass because he was
Tease, and I wasn't there to see it. Marshmallows.
right. Yep. Well, he was cheating on me in my own damn hot tub with my neighbor.
Ew.
I just put
Ew.
a tree
That's
right
nasty.
next to the thing with
Dude,
little lights
seriously.
on it and stuff, and I wanted to pick up the tree with the lights on it and throw it in there and fry that both their asses. Right? But I mean, that's what those emotions do. They do make you, rageful, all
Mhm.
these things. But it sticks in your craw. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go, and you gotta trust. If you want that relationship to work, you've got to let that go.
Okay,
You
so
know,
my mistake. It was over 3 years ago. But
like,
3 years ago, if it's still on your mind, so you haven't settled with it
yeah,
with yourself.
yeah.
You
You're,
have to make this.
you're the one that
Everybody,
counsel.
yeah, everybody has their own decisions to make. I'm not saying you're gonna sit down and think I'm leaving now. You have to sit down, have a conversation with yourself, but have a conversation with her. Sit down and listen. If you're asking this question, it's still bothering you. So it's time for you to sit down and have a conversation. Don't make me come all the way down to New Zealand, Australia, and smack you. You
Right.
want me to get
Well,
the
I
next
mean,
trip to
if
Australia?
it's that maybe you need to know more about what happened. You know,
Yep.
'Cause, I mean, it is. It's the fear of the unknown stuff is what bothers you.
Yeah.
Like, well, how often were you meeting? Where did you meet? Where did it? All these stupid questions that go in your mind. If they go unanswered, they are going to plague you. You need to know the answers. So ask. Try to have a good, safe place. That's why a mediator and a counselor. Those are good things. Even a friend, a good
Yeah.
close friend, to have around as a mediator, would be good.
Yeah. Somebody who will not take sides.
Right.
Okay, like
And
can't be
let
your best friend, can't be her best friend. Has to be somebody who's like willing to sit on the fence and listen to
yeah,
both sides and give you an unbiased view of it.
yeah. That's a mediator. That's what that does. Did you see what Jojo wrote?
She'll go to
Um,
New Zealand for me.
up above after we got done with her reading. Um, she was agreeing with us, and she said she has a hard time with boundaries. So that's something that Jojo has to work on. Because
Yeah.
that's what came up, and that was kind of inferred in a couple of those cards. She doesn't want to talk about it. Well, then you know what? You're gonna have to make her talk about it because you need her to talk about it. If she wants to be in this
For your
relationship,
own sanity, you have to talk. And that's the thing.
yeah,
It's not just okay, I'm done, I'm over, it's finished. Okay, it's past, let it die in the past. Because if it's still on your mind, you still have to conversate about it. And a lot of people no, a lot of people don't want to talk about it because then that shows the weakness that she had at that moment. Okay, but it's something that you have to sit down and have a conversation.
you did have counseling. It was a lady. Well, yeah,
Doesn't
some
matter if it's a man or a woman.
yeah, that doesn't matter. You obviously haven't. You don't have your questions answered. Once you know all the things you need to know, that is when you can put it to bed. That's when you can put it in the past. So that's just it in a nutshell, plain and simple. You have to tell her, I need to know. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
that
still
way.
on your mind.
I
So I
want
mean, it's in the back of everybody's mind. As much as you love her, if it's still in the back of your mind, it still gives you doubts.
Yeah, because then you're
You
gonna be
know,
like, "Oh, am I gonna be blindsided? Is this, what are the signs? What is this? What is that?" You're always
you're
gonna
gonna play
question,
the what if game, and
question,
that's gonna
question.
make you even crazier than you normally are.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So hope that helps. Jody
Jody
O
Delvecchio.
Delvecchio.
Where is
She
she?
wants a card or two.
Where is she? Are you still here,
She,
Jody?
she, she. I think that's ours. Oops. You're welcome, Dave.
Jody, do you want a? Yeah, you're welcome. Do you want a fairy deck or an animal deck or a vibrational energy deck? And then give me a number, Jody. Jody Toes Delvecchio, the best
Jody,
toes in the
Jody, Jody.
paranormal.
What's Judy, Judy, Judy?
She's here. All right. So which deck would you
Good.
like from me? All right. Fairies, animals or vibrational energy. Six. All right, we got six. So only one number you want us both. Oh, Darian's back! Yay! Either. All right. Well, I want
God
to do
forbid. Either. Okay.
one, two,
We'll
three.
both do six. We'll both do six. We'll both draw six. And you choose the deck that's falling to you.
Okay, I got magic fish, and it's all about intention. This is the card. See the magic fish? There's a hobo on top of the fish, sailing through the the depths there. It's all about attention and intention and making things happen. Attention to like all your details and that type of stuff. And that's it. That's what you are, Jody, in a nutshell. Anyway, you always have that focus and that follow through to make things happen, and that's what this is. So it's a definite you. Hey, check out the artwork, though. I freaking love it. That's the way a card reader should talk, right? I freaking love this card.
Love your shirt. Okay. You may not be happy with me, Jody,
She's
but
very happy.
okay. Oh, love me. Okay. I think I'm gonna not read a card today. No kidding. Okay, it's number 10. Storm warning.
Uh-oh. This is number 47, by the way, too.
There are some storms on the horizon, but not. Okay, let's see. It's not a personal. Okay, wait a second. It's not like. Oh crap! Swords Rex. Great. It's not a personal thing. The storm. That's not what I'm getting. It's not like your life is falling apart in the personal, like in marriage, friendship, like that. There's storms coming on business. The storms are here.
Well, this is
I'm supposed to get
focus and attention to detail.
Yeah.
So in business, she
there we go.
following through and focus and attention.
Okay.
She'll
There you
survive
go.
the storm.
So pay attention to the storm in business and something to do with your business and what you do or where you work. It's not a personal thing. It's a business thing. So it works kind of with Gina's card where it says focused attention. So it's not a negative. It's just hello. There's some shit coming your way, but you can handle it. There's no doubt with that one. If not, you can call them paramafia and Gina will kick your butts. So,
she's the enforcer.
Okay.
Yep. She'd be the one. I'm just the queen.
Excuse me. There we go.
Your fingers. And she says though the storms are there. So is it stormy? Is it bad weather? But I don't know what's going on with you lately, like with your work or anything like that. I don't know if it's your work or it could even be home life. If there's a storm going on in the home life,
But I don't feel it being home related. I don't feel it being personal. Or if it's in the home, it doesn't
like the business.
It doesn't affect you directly.
Well, it could be the family, the house with your dad, that kind of stuff.
As I said, it's fun when you have somebody in there who knows, but it's not affecting her. It's not like somebody's going to break her heart type of thing. Okay. It's not that kind of personal.
Okay. Good.
Okay. We have
kill somebody.
Kristen Gorman Bishop. I'm going to
Fairy number 8.
Fairy number 8. You ladies get a chance. There you go. Okay, well, since I don't have fairies, let's see what my animals say. Who you are and where you are. And
Blue Fairy. You got the Blue Fairy. Do you ever watch AI, the movie Blue Fairy? Blue Fairy. Blue Fairy is love. Blue Fairy is all about love. And she's beautiful because blue is that color that's like it connects to all things like life-giving and loving and warmth and it's a beautiful thing. So it's all about like kindness and compassion and love and generosity and all those things are like abundant, whether you need them or exude them.
Okay. We're gonna go on the love section. You have the eel. Okay. Now the eel depicts masculinity, virility, and flexibility. So, going with Gina's card about love, I'm not sure if you have a partner in your life. There we go, about to be married. Um, okay, okay. So this is a good sign. It's not bad. It's all good. Don't worry. I'm not freaking out. It's not broken heart.
Oh,
No storms in the front.
love. Yeah.
Exactly. And he's the right one because it's he's not a wimp. Okay,
You get
he's not. He's the guy who may have gotten sand kicked in his face on the beach, but he comes back fighting stronger. Okay, it's the strength in him, but he's flexible. He's not like it's my way or the highway type of thing.
the other thing about this is it connects to the infinite, right? Blue connects to the infinite, which means long lasting, longevity.
There you go.
So
Hmm.
there you go. So I think it's good marriage.
And it works with the flexibility because it's not a person that is like straight up. It's like he will bend with the way things go. When you have issues, there's issues. He will be there to go through the issues with you, whether it's health or job or whatever. It's not like, okay, it's not working, I'm leaving type of thing, you know. He's there. That's the person that you have. It's somebody who's going to be flexible. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. I think
I
we're done.
I like that
This
one. I hope you like that one.
this was, yes. I'm enjoying this. We haven't had this much fun in like forever.
I know. We got to do this more often. We should do this like I don't know, once a week or something.
Once a week?
Yeah,
Once a month.
once a month.
Oh my goodness. Our son was born on 888. Oh my God, that is so precious.
Oh yay! Oh my God, that's why
So
that
infinity.
was love, right? So that's awesome.
Exactly.
Oh,
You know
that's
what?
well. Best of luck to you. You know for sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Where's our invitation, by the way?
Where is the wedding?
It's when? When's the wedding?
When's the wedding? Yeah.
We'll be there with bells on. Okay, butterflies and foxes.
Hey, what were you playing before we started the show? The bells.
Somebody was doing
Very.
a friend of mine was doing a YouTube video and she had fairy balls, but they jingled. Friend was playing with balls on YouTube.
Did
There we go.
I was out of the room and I came in and I'm like, I'm listening to this going, I have fairy balls. And I was like,
Here's fairy balls. Oh gosh.
oh, she says it's in the mail. Okay, we'll wait for it.
Okay, we're good. Wait a minute. Canadian mail is so backed up, it isn't funny. So I guess I'm not getting it till after the wedding, that's for sure. Dude, I've been waiting for months for stuff, and they would say, "Well, we sent it in the mail." Well, okay, well, Canada mail, Canada Post is like
Snail mail. Snail mail.
it's really snail mail.
Yep.
Okay, so we're at a moment of break with the readings, and I think everybody's kind of gotten a card. And if you haven't received a card and you want a card, you have to actually give us two cards, two numbers from 1 to 10, so that we each get to choose a deck. We each get to choose a number, and then we choose from our deck. Okay, but until then, where, when did Gina B start being interested in the paranormal?
It was about
Wait a minute, Facebook Live next month?
5.
We're going there.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
You
we're
got a Facebook Live wedding. That's awesome.
no, I didn't get them yet. I did not get my books yet.
I got my books. I packed my book. I'm taking my book. I'm going to West Virginia in the morning. I packed my book. She said, "Don't hurt your back."
She can hurt her back reading a book. I will never forget that. Anybody in the whole entire world, Gina B, is the only one who can hurt her back reading a book.
That's right. Well, I was reading it on the computer and I
See,
couldn't.
there's the excuse. She's got
Right.
the excuse. I was reading it on the computer, and my chair
Well,
wasn't.
when I have
Ah,
my,
la, 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 la,
book,
la, la, la.
I can sit in my
Only person in the
recliner.
whole entire world that can hurt her back reading a book. Get hurt reading a book.
The book was so good I couldn't stop reading.
It was a good book and by an amazing author.
Oh my
Darian.
god. Yes.
Okay,
Oh my god. Go look
go
at her.
back and look. Amazing
Watch.
show.
She said she'll never live
But
in
it wasn't your fault. It was her fault. This one over there.
I love Darian. But yeah,
That's a promo for a book. It's so good you'll hurt yourself reading it.
you can't stop reading. You just can't.
You should post that as her book review. It was so good I hurt myself reading it because I didn't want to stop. There you
All right, I'll put that in your review. She said, "Oh no."
go. Don't feel terrible. She's Miss Silly Pants. She doesn't listen when she's supposed to, and she knew she should have taken a break or moved her butt, but she didn't because she did it the other day, not reading a book, and she hurt. And I told her she should have taken a day off, but she didn't take a day off. What did she do? She got hurt. Listen to mom. See, look at that face. Look at that.
Talking. Someone's talking. I don't know what's going on. I hear something. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna say, you know what, Mama D and I, just to lighten up this moment for a second.
Oh no.
We both have alter egos.
Oh God, yes.
Right? This is Mama's cool alter ego.
I am the ringmaster of this crazy circus. And if you want a hat like that, go to Heirloom Haberdashery on Facebook. A really good friend, Tina Marie Ronan, she created that for me.
Beautiful butterflies. She's amazing. I love Mama D and her hat. Love it. There it is. There is the hat. It is fabulous. Fabulous. Look at those butterflies.
And she created it before, except for this piece that was my addition. There you go. She created this without realizing that I would buy it. Just, ta-da.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's perfect in the color.
And the color. Whoa.
Hello, right?
So
yeah.
Go to Heirloom Haberdashery on Facebook. Tina Marie Ronan, find her. She's got all kinds of interesting hats and stuff. Go.
Yeah.
Now yours. I think I've been waiting for this one all night long. She gave me a quick show before. I'm okay. I'm shutting up now.
This was born because a family member was, getting up in age. So I created this character called Gilda. Now, this is me and my daughter. This is I'm Gilda with the big beehive, and my daughter Jess. That's Helga. So this is Gilda and Helga, and we would come to your party dressed like this with our fanny packs and ready to go to the casino and take you to the casino. We had all kinds of
Bling.
Yeah, bling, but flamingos. And they're not flamingos, they're flamingos. Yeah, the flamingos were everywhere. Scratch tickets everywhere. Everything was about the casino and gambling, and and I used to put in those blue spandex pants because I have no butt. I put towels in my butt to make a huge butt. It was funny.
But
And
we can't see.
red lips, and every man in the house would have big red lip marks all over their face from Gilda, and yet joined the Gilda Association for casino workers and whatnot. I don't even know what I did anymore, but it was so much fun. Everybody loved it, and then they're like, "You should do that to hire out." Gilda comes to Gilda said a few.
Gilda the hoe. I mean, sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember the videos you did.
Yes, on YouTube. On my other YouTube channel, I have.
Well, I'll have to download and put a couple up on on this video on this page.
Yeah, we did one. I had my niece Angela was doing. She was Myrtle. She's Myrtle Golden Rosenblum. We had the Myrtle compliment. What do you call it? Compilation. So it's like all these little videos that we did, and we joined them all into one, and it's on my YouTube channel. And my other one, not the Fox Den one, but my personal one. And it's hilarious. My niece is so much fun. But we did
Heck, we'll put it up on the Fox Den Facebook page. Everybody best go over there.
Yeah, right. I should upload it over there because it is funny.
Oh, look, Dave's trying to make you feel better. I know a fellow, he sneezed in bed, put his back out, and hasn't worked since about 6 years ago.
Yes, all right. I can relate. I mean,
You feel better now?
the worst I ever threw my back out. Now I did construction. I would carry two, 5-gallon buckets of mud and plaster, across the room, and fat gallons and 5 gallons of paint and everything else. Climb up ladders, staging, all this kind of stuff. My whole life. Right? I hurt myself a little bit here and there, get strained. The worst I ever threw my back out was loading my damn dishwasher. I turned, I bent, I put down the dishwasher. I was down for 2 weeks. I couldn't get back up. I was out. I was like, what the hell? That hurt so bad. And I couldn't move for 2 weeks. I had two big bamboo poles. That's how I like got myself out of bed. I would pull myself up, and then I would stand
Wow.
myself up, and I was walking with my two bamboo poles, like fishing, not fishing poles, ski poles.
Oh my God.
I walked around. Oh, it was horrible.
Excuse
Horrible. Having a bad back is the worst thing. But all right, so I wanted to do the alter ego things just to lighten the moments up. But the paranormal stuff, I've always loved. I've always loved the things that were on TV, the things, anything ESP shows. Like when we were kids, we used to watch a lot of these shows, and I always, if you seen something, remember when they did the cards with the X and the O and the stars and the wavy lines and stuff like that. Anytime I saw something like that, even looking through the channels, I was like, stop, mesmerized by it. Anything that we had lots of books. I mean, we're in the age not with Google this and Google that, was encyclopedias. So
Yeah,
we had to look things up.
Britannica, those red books.
Yes, we had tons of those. Yes,
You,
books. I still like books.
you
But
still is.
yeah, I need to get back to the comments over here. I'm gonna be lacking.
Okay, Doris in the chat room, and I'm sorry, Doris. I know you've said this about 3 times. How do I know my spirit animal? What my spirit animal is? We spoke about this in the beginning of the show with Bob, because he started it all. So nice. You have to. You don't have to, but I can't stand not hearing myself. It's what animals draw. You can do it in a meditation, like Gina says. There's a lot of really good guided meditations to find your spirit animal on YouTube. Just type into YouTube guided meditation, spirit animal, whatever, and it'll pop up. There's always the most important ones will pop up first. So just follow something that feels comfortable with you. But it's not always just in a meditation, because you can get something in a meditation that you may not be your everyday guides. Okay, for me, I got something in a meditation that's not my everyday guides, but I always refer back to them. But it could be something that you keep running into. If you're in the wolf clan, you could keep running into wolves, like wolf rings. You see people wearing a wolf shirt, and more than just 2 or 3 times, and no way connected. Or in Gina's case, it's the fox. I don't know how you started with the fox. What started you with the fox?
Oh my God!
There again.
I love my foxes. I saw them in meditations. I've always loved them.
That's
I'm
right.
a dog person. I'm not. I like cats. I like the big cats.
Yeah.
I mean, like I like other people's cats. I will not.
So long as they're not in her house, they're good kitties.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's good
But
kitty.
you just kind of have to
But I'm a dog.
start off with a meditation. Start off, go onto YouTube, find a guided meditation to help you with find your spirit animal. Or if you know somebody who does guided meditations, ask them if they would guide you to a meditation of your spirit animal. Because to me, it's the same type of thing as going to find your spirit guide as your animal guide. So you're going to find somebody. You just kind of do the words in your head. Or just focus on the animals that come into your life on a day-to-day, and not just the live ones, like pictures of, rings of, books of, butterflies up to yang yang.
Yes.
Foxes all over the place.
Every time
You'll
you walk
figure it
outside,
out.
a grasshopper jumps in front of you.
Exactly.
Or a spider keeps running up at you. All right. You don't know what it is. It could be ants. I mean, you gotta whatever.
Yeah, and there's oh gosh, hold on a second. I have an amazing book, Animals Speak, and it tells you all about. Gina has lots of foxes at her other house. She still does. Trust
I
me,
did
if
have
she
one. I
would
had
leave
one.
anything behind, it definitely wouldn't have been a fox.
Yeah, no real foxes. I had two fox families. I used to feed them at my other house.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I had videos of them coming up and everything. Well, I used to give them bowls, like Joni Mayhan in a Critter Cafe.
oh, the
I love
Keurig.
the
I
Critter
love that.
Cafe. I love the Critter Cafe. So cute, right? But the bowls, like her little Petunia, the skunk, was trying to steal the bowl away, and
Yes.
um, and that's
Was
what
it,
my
no,
fox.
there was a raccoon who was shoving it to a side at one point too. He's like,
Yeah,
I
so
didn't like it. Is
my
that a
fox
raccoon?
did
No, that
that.
wasn't a raccoon. That was an opossum.
They stole my bowl. So I was like, all
Good.
right, well, that's it. So I started just dumping the food on the ground. But they'd come sliding down. There was a hill there. They'd come sliding down the snow over to where the
Because they're playful. So they
yeah.
stole your bowl to have something to play with.
Oh, they were stealing my bowl because I like my bowl and they were greedy.
All right.
It was the one mama wanted to feed her family before the other family came in. So she took the food away. So,
Oh, all right.
but she spilled half of it because they're really quick and they're running and they dart. So
Yeah.
there was the food trail. I could have followed her right to right
There
to
you
the
go. You
I
should. You
did
should have.
run up there and I got my bowl back, but I was like, well, that's it. Now no more bowls.
Okay. When I go talk about bowls. Here we go.
Yeah. But
Um,
they wrote the Twilight Zone. Yes, I used to watch all those things. That Gary, what's his name? The ESP show there. Oh my God, he used to use telepathy and it's Gary something rather. I can't even remember, but ESP something. But like, I just loved all those shows and yeah, Twilight Zone and Outer Limits and all those things. But anything metaphysical, anything that was supernatural, all those things, all the supernatural pictures, anything that was like supernatural related to even like Egypt and things like that. All that it resonates with me. I love it, you know. And then my friend and I used to sit there and try to connect, using
oh,
ESP.
cool.
Going,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna send you a message. I'm gonna send you a message, and we'd do that like all the time. And it was so much. It was
Comedy is a pain in the ass. Yes, I am.
fun. but,
She
but
used other words, but I won't say them out loud. Blog talk will have my butt.
I'm a, I'm a bad influence on Mama D. Yes, I
I am
am.
a perfect angel. I've never sworn a day in my life. Don't ask anybody about this.
Yeah.
It's funny. Somebody the other day, I'm just going to go off a little bit, asked me about back in the day. What was I like, and you, who was I? And I put up old school pictures because they couldn't believe that I
Oh,
had an afro. Like
I
I'm serious, pro people. I had curly red hair. This straightness is like a lot of work to get it straight.
well,
But I was a tomboy, and I enjoyed it. I would beat up on boys. I didn't kiss them. I beat the heck out of them. It's
I
fun.
hear you. I hear you. I hear
But
you.
going back to who we
I
were
was
when we were kids,
such
would
a
you?
pool player.
Oh, that sounds. Is there anything that you did? Not telling you to change it, but is there anything that you did back in the day that you wished you hadn't, and you wish you know you could change it, even though you can't, because I won't let you, because then you would be who you are today. So like something you regret doing or saying.
Uh, or not doing. Well, like I said, I could have fried Gary and no, I didn't do that. Sometimes
She regrets not doing it. You couldn't do it because I wasn't there to enjoy it. Oh my god, I would have pissed myself laughing.
not doing that. But no, no, because I mean, we were talking about paths, right? The granddaughter with the path, right? I
Yeah.
chose the wrong path for a while, and drinking, drugs, and sex and drugs and rock and roll. That was my life when I was a teenager, and that was and playing pool, you know. So
Except I didn't play pool.
that's what I was doing. I was out like fighting for women's rights and stuff in the pool halls because then there was no women allowed in the pool halls, and so I mean I'm underage in a bar with a fake ID fighting with the people in there. That's how ballsy I was, right? And I proved my point because I said, if you just send me your best guy, if I beat him, in 5 games, if I do the majority, you have to let women come in here, and of course I always won.
She was a hustler.
Absolutely. absolutely. But those are things. But I don't. Well, no. All right, there is a thing with the drugs. I do. I mean, if I could have changed that, but then again, no, because it made me who I am.
Now, I'm not saying change it. I'm saying, do you regret it? Like
Oh,
something you did
yeah.
to either, you know, you regret doing it. Everything we did in
I
the past, everything
regret.
that happened to us in the past, is made us who we are, made us be able to be the people that we are today. But is there something that you did like, I would have maybe kind of sort of regretted if you'd actually tossed that thing in the pool. Okay, it would have enjoyed watching it, but that's maybe I shouldn't have done that type of thing.
Yeah,
That type of thing.
yeah.
Not asking you to change it. I'm just asking you, is there something you kind of think, like afterthought, going,
Yeah, there's a few things. Like I didn't complete some schools.
yeah,
That I probably should have, and I learned enough. You know what I mean? It's like, what do I need to get to, keep going? I came here, I learned, I know what I know now, and that's what I need, and left. And I did that a few times. But so yeah, I mean, yeah, I have some. There's a few I don't want to mention, but yeah, I have some. Not many
there
though,
was
because
that bank job that one time.
hey, who told you that? Who?
Shh,
I
Jody.
got cement mix.
Jody did.
I got cement shoes your size.
There you go. Hey, I know where the bodies are buried. Okay, don't even start with me. That's my pass. That was my stupid question as a password for something.
What's your regrets? Right? What do you
My
regret?
regrets. Not speaking up.
Oh,
Something happened to me a long time ago, and I regret not speaking up about it. But I worked through it, I lived through it, and it made me the stronger woman that I am today, so that I'm able to help other people.
yeah. Yeah, because you are very helpful. Have you always been very helpful though? I mean,
I
like
think yes.
in your
People used to come to me even as a child. I had a good friend down the street. She always used to come and talk to me, and she just needed someone to listen to her because she had a really bad home life, you know. And people would always talk to me, and I was fine with that, you know. But at the time when I was younger, I didn't know. It's like when people tell you about their issues, about their what's going on in their life, you give them your best information, your best help, and then you have to let it go. But unfortunately, when you're a child, you don't know to let it go, and you just hold
yeah,
all this stuff inside. And it kind of sort of sent me off the deep end when I just, kind of like went off on my friend's mom one time. She's like,
uh-oh.
duh.
Ruh-roh.
But yeah. Let's see. We have a couple other people commenting in the chat room about Doris Graham was a tomboy as well. Doris, are
Yeah,
you a Canadian?
yes,
Hey,
yes.
I do. You know what? I really don't get that. People go, all Canadians go, hey. That was a stupid ass TV show.
I
Okay,
love that show.
okay, but that not everybody talks like. Do I talk like that?
No,
No, I don't.
take off, you hoser.
God, that's so bad. And people go, hey, does everybody else? Hey, no, we don't. Okay, we don't all live in freaking igloos either. So shut up. Okay, here we go, Jojo. Yeah, I was pretty violent when I was a teen because I was being abused by my dad. Now I'm a pacifist. Here we go. See?
Yeah, yeah,
What happened to us when we were younger
yep.
made us who we are today so that we could fight for and
And
defend other people.
JoJo, boundaries.
Never.
Crossed those boundaries. That's why you have that issue with boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, look, David, you have something in common. I was 6 years old when I started playing billiards and snooker and pool. 6 years old.
Yeah, I was.
Seriously.
My grandfather had a pool table in his garage, and I used to pile up, anything that I could to stand on it so that I could get up there and play. And then he noticed that I had some kind of a skill with my, hanging over the edge, and he actually made me a little platform and decided to teach me. So yeah, he taught me some cool bank shots and trick shots and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, yeah, I love pool. Love pool.
Jojo, it makes us who we are, absolutely. But I wish I behaved more in school.
I never behaved in school. I was
Hey,
horrible
look,
at school.
I
And my dad worked
I
at the school, and I was in the most trouble of everybody.
oh, not good.
Yeah.
I was the quiet
Mm.
one who would get shit happen.
Uh,
I had an afro. My first boyfriend in high school. He went over to what's called Nuns Islands, place that used to be just, and he brought back a snake, a grass snake. He put it in my hair. I was in school. I was in art class. I thoroughly disliked my art teacher. Smacking her would have made me feel so good, but I didn't, of course not. But I was like being a smart ass that I was. Um, and the snake came out of my hair.
oh
She,
God. Oh
she
God.
freaked. She freaked. Now I'm serious. I had this big fro. I'll have to find a picture of it. I had this giant fro. She freaked. She ran down to the principal's office because she didn't like me because she knew I didn't like her. She ran down to the principal's office, and the principal comes back. I hear you have a snake in your hair. I said, I do not. Yes, you do. I said, look, you can feel through this hair. If you can find a snake, then I'm in trouble. Okay, I get it. But ain't no snake in it. So he's like, there was too much damn hair.
Oh,
So he
right.
couldn't find a snake, and he just thought she was nuts. But it's like, oh, she just doesn't like me. She's trying to get me in trouble. I have no snake. There's no snake in here. Why would I have a snake in my hair?
No.
So I
No.
went home. I took the snake out
Yeah.
on the bus. I was like, oh God.
Yep. Yep. But I was into the art. My art teacher followed me through all my schools because she
You were
saw
good. You were a good girl in school.
I,
Well, in the art section anyway.
yeah, arts, graphic arts, wood shop, that those types of things. Yeah, I had 4.0 averages and things. You know what I mean? Like, but I never went. I skipped school all the time. I was better at my mother's signature than she was. I wrote myself
Ooh,
notes. I just I was a partier. You know what I mean? And tough. If someone looked at me sideways, they were down. They were just down. I started
well,
more.
see, I would have to choose my fights, choose my battles, because I remember one girl came up to me and she wanted to fight me because she thought I was after her boyfriend and yada 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 yada, and she started swinging and all I did was block, and it just sort of made her more and more mad. And she goes, "Why aren't you fighting me?" I was like, "I do not fight over a man, especially one that I'm not interested in. But I will not ever ever in my life fight over a man. If he's yours, he's yours. Trust me, I ain't gonna take him."
Yeah.
So she just said that sort of pissed her off. She threw her hands. She walked away.
I never fought over a guy.
No,
I fought. We just fought. I
I'm
just fought.
sorry to all the guys out there, but
You said,
man,
you
you
said
ain't worth
something
it.
I didn't like. I just knock you
Mhm.
out. If you didn't pay me when we were playing pool, then you were really
Oh,
in trouble.
kick your ass, kick your ass. But
I broke a lot of pool sticks, but that was way back. What
yeah,
30
but
years
the
ago.
thing is that everything else,
Person. I'm not that person anymore. I had my last fight. The girl ended up
two years ago.
and and I swore I would never fight again after that point.
Dave says I wagged school so much I dropped out at 15. I'm not even sure what wagged means, but
Yeah,
I'm guessing that means playing hooky.
skip school.
Skip school.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. We used to go drinking in the morning before school, and oh my
We
god.
had a bar. We had a bar down at the end of the block from my high school
Yeah,
because it
we
was
had
like
we had
downtown.
yeah we had two places. Paid
My
$100.
dad put.
Oh,
What?
look at that.
My
That
dad put a roof on a house. He was paid $100 and a slate pool table. Ooh,
I'd take that deal too. As long as the slate wasn't cracked, I'd take that deal.
there you go.
Yeah, yeah. It's the banking. The bank's got to be good, you know. But, but I love pool. But getting back to, I put up some cool pictures I want to put up over here
Yes.
of paranormal stuff. But I do love the paranormal. I do like talking to spirits. I do like using the flare. All right. This is some images I took like this. The Rolling Hills, right? Roy, there's a giant at Rolling Hills. He was like 8 feet tall. Right?
Wow. Okay, wait a second. Now, I don't know a whole lot about these things,
I'm gonna
but the red ones are humans.
Yes, that is
Okay.
heat. Heat shows up as yellow or red. That's heat.
Okay.
That
And so the guy
the
walking down the hall,
is void of heat. That is no heat whatsoever. Right.
wow.
So he's coming down. This is shadow hallway at Rolling Hills. And then the other one here with this dark, dark, dark being,
Oh, that's the guy grabbing the boob.
that's it. That is Sabrina being groped at Burn Bray Mansion, and that's in Glens Bay, New York. And the other one is in East Bethany, New York. All right. And then these are the strange ones. Okay. When my husband passed away in the old house, these two up above with the big arrows, okay,
Mhm.
that his face, like I said before, when I found him, he was face down. So the fluid had filled his face. So when I pulled him up and looked at his face, I'll never forget, that's exactly what it looked like. But this is a pillow on the couch. I was just taking pictures with the FLIR going around the room and saw that. And oh my God, I freaked out. But I took the pictures, just like I took
Yeah,
the picture with Sabrina when she said, "Is there something on my chest?" And I said, "Yep." And I took the picture before she would, move or anything.
yeah.
And then the other one here is I was sitting in my chair and I decided to just take a picture up, looking around, and the space was right above me on my ceiling. So, and it looks like
Wow.
a woman to me. So those are like interesting things for paranormal stuff. And then
I've always been curious. I love watching the instruments that people use. Like there's that one that makes people look like stick figures.
SLS.
SOS.
SLS.
I mean, I think all of the instruments that you guys use are interesting, but like I like that one where you can see the heat and the cold. I mean, I'm curious. I want to try it. I want to try it in my own house. Actually, I probably
Right, 'cause
don't
I
want
have I have the flare. I got 15 apparitions walking. I tried to upload it here, but it won't let me for I don't know why. But I have 15 apparitions walking. It was actually a 15-minute clip of 15 apparitions walking, and one up above, looking down. It was at a sunken basketball court at a feeble-minded boys' school, and I was down there by the basketball hoop, and there's a room, and it's no windows, no doors, no not just comes out into the court. So they were
to.
in there changing or whatnot. Well, I'm doing the flare and I come over there and I see them. They're starting to walk out. We surprised them being there. In the background, I have the SB7 at the time make a noise. It's like a white noise machine, so you can hear spirits talk to you live, right? So I have that going. Nothing, 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 and then you see though all the spirits walking. So it's like I get a lot of evidence. I either get EVPs with nothing else, right? So you hear the voices on the recorder, or they'll speak through the devices, whether it's the spirit boxes, the SB7, SB11, our Vortex Easy Scan, Ghost Box, portals, all that kind of stuff. All right, you either get that, or you see something. It's like to get them all together is really difficult, right? Because it's like
Yeah,
they can only do so many things at once. They can only have so much power to manifest so many different ways. But the
yeah,
walking is amazing. It's amazing. I mean, they're just going back and forth, and they freaked out because we're in there. We're like, "Come on in, come play basketball with us," and they wouldn't come in. They were just kind of just going back and forth by the room, and it was just amazing, 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 great capture. Hey, no yawning. There's no yawning
sorry.
in the Fox Den. What do we got for 10? Oh God, we only got 10 minutes left. Um,
That turns out so quickly.
yeah. But again, let me show you what what my husband looked like. All right, see his face when
Yeah,
he's.
you did. You good. I'm so glad you put. I want to see the other one.
All
If you don't put it up, I will.
right,
Isn't Regina so
that was
cute?
that
Look
was
at those eyes. He's got some awesome freaking.
yeah,
And he had a sense of humor.
yeah. But you see,
Yeah, he had a sense of humor.
oh, he was larger than life. But you see the mustache and everything, and now I
Uh-huh.
go back to this. All right, now just picture that's his face bloated because he was face down, face down like this. His nose was mushed because it
Yeah,
was on it, and all the fluid came and filled his face, and that's exactly what he looked like. Was those pictures? That's what's in Joni's book, and the story about that. But yeah,
Doris
but
says, I remember when you and Bob went to cemeteries.
oh, the yeah, precious blood. I just put up all those. That was a memory that came up. We went to Precious Blood Cemetery in Rhode Island, where the stigmata grave is, and there's very few stigmata, cases in the world, but that's one of the graves there. Oh my God. Oh yeah, he had a wicked twinkle in his eyes, like unbelievable.
I
Uh,
know it.
yeah, I have some better pictures. I just don't know where they are on this computer. But
Hey, Ashley.
but
Hey,
yeah,
Ashley, if you want a card, you got about 7 minutes left. You have to pick two numbers, and Gina and I will draw cards because she just got here. That's her song.
oh, okay.
So
Hi,
she,
Ashley. Yeah, we have three. I have three decks, and Mama's got four.
mm.
She's got to show off because she's got 34 decks.
I have 34 decks, dude.
But I have one, two,
Yeah,
three.
but she's
Five.
getting
I have,
Gina is gonna be buying more. Trust me, I know.
yeah, probably. Oh, lightning outside. Mama, what you do now?
I didn't do nothing. Especially since I'm supposed to be getting the thunderstorms. I don't know. I was petrified for my internet again. It's like, oh shoot, not again.
Well,
But
if my computers blow up, then that's what happened. Lightning. Oh, I mean, you did miss the whole first part of this,
I
but
know I can't figure out how to tag people in it because I've had other people say tag me in it. I was like, but then I have to go. I have to be doing this all the time.
yeah,
So
when
I
you
will figure it out.
yeah.
Choose two numbers from
Mhm.
1 to 10.
Mhm. And then I have a
Ashley is
fairy
an
deck
amazing young woman.
and an animal deck, and I have the Debbie Anderson's I Am Vibrational deck, vibrational energy. Um,
Ashley is an amazing young woman that I met her because the farmers around here, one of the farmers used to sell strawberries at a strawberry stand right outside my job. And she used to work there. And amazing lady. Got to know her. I worked with her one time at
3 and 10. You got
3 and 10. I'll do three. I worked with her one time at a Christmas fair, and I had her laughing and stress free because she's the one who does all the organizational stuff. And then I was supposed to work others with her, and then freaking COVID showed up.
Oh,
One,
damn
two,
it.
three.
Oh, do you have a question that you want to ask about this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, do you have anything? Oh, how cool is this? The chocolate brownie fairy.
Don't tell her daughter.
Mm-hmm. This is all about enjoyment, enjoying life, enjoying food. It's
That's
all
true.
about that sweetness of life. So, are you a sweet girl?
She is.
Well, there you go.
She has so much. This child has so much fun with her daughter. Uh,
There you go.
Seriously, God, I follow her just for that on Facebook.
Oh, there you go. See, so there's you and your daughter, your little sweetness fairies.
Then I agree. That's true. She did my event.
Chocolate,
Oh, I
yep,
did the spin and roll.
chocolate brownie fairy. But that's exactly that's all that this is all about is just being sweet and kind and you know.
She is. That fits her to a T. And here's mine for her. There you go. The garden and the gate. You see, there's a young girl who sits just outside of the gate, waiting for the gates to open. But on the other side of the gate is nothing but sunshine and and birds and butterflies. And
This is
it's
the cotton candy girl.
yes, that's my cotton candy lady.
Oh, she eats that damn cotton candy in front of me, and I don't have
I
it.
didn't lie. I'm saying, okay, but this is so you. This is so you. You're waiting at the gates for things to open up again. That is so you.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that's her business. She creates these events and it works with people, artisans, and do their things, not just like the big whatever. And it's fun. Her events are fun. And she worked my event. I did a fundraiser last June. God help me. And she had the kids table. She had kids making tambourines. She's like that sweetness thing. That is so her. That is
Well,
so her.
you are in a nutshell. So you
Yeah,
may
exactly. I mean, she makes cotton candy.
Well,
I mean, God,
we only got
chocolate candy.
3 minutes left.
Okay, 3 minutes left, and we have a 30-second outro video. Let's get it right this time. But she makes awesome chocolate cotton candy, dudes.
Oh,
Green apple. Oh my God, banana split was freaking amazing. Okay, will stop and get hungry again.
She eats it in front of me.
I had,
She's always eating food in front of me.
I had 4
food.
tubs and I ate them all in 2 days. I swear to God, I'm a sweet
Not
baby.
fair. Not fair. She doesn't love me. She'd send me some if she loved me. But
Yeah, but by the time, hey, look, with Canada Post, by the time I got down to you, it would be a chocolate rock.
it's okay.
Be a candy rock. In the sparkles.
I'll just hide behind my mask.
90 seconds.
Oh, we know.
Oh, God, this is fun.
No, but Mama's also a Reiki master.
Sam.
But you can get some readings, with Mama too. So
Yeah, and you can follow my stuff on Reiki, on Angel Metal, Mama the Angel, and the Butterfly Network. Figures. I do readings there. You can message me, and I'm not difficult on my prices, and we can always work on things. And if anybody knows how to create websites, let me know. Okay, quickly. Both of those were what I needed to hear. That was what. Whoops! Hold on a second. From Ashley. Okay, both of those are what I needed to hear, and this is where I am at. 3 businesses on hold, life on hold, garden on hold. I'm ready for the good times. Let us roll. And Mila to bring the daily smiles. Mila's her daughter. She's a dog.
you're killing that time. All right. All right. We got to go, people. I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next week with Corby Mitlide. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of The Fox Den. We would love it if you would go over to our YouTube channel, which is The Fox Den, hosted by Gina Bankston. Please like and subscribe our channel and join us in the chat room there while we stream live every Thursday evening from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you next week. Good night.